Well, it's a long journey. For me, everything started in the 80s. I grew up in Spain. I had a time where didn't know what to do with my life, and I was very young. I was only 15 years old. I always loved the music, fashion. I was very inspired by the English punk sort of music, the Clash, the Sex Pistols, so many of them, and the covers of the albums, the hair. So back in those days, I mean, it was a self-expression. If you are a mod, you will be listen to different music, you will be dressing very differently. If you are rockabilly, you will be, or if you are punk, or if you know, new romantics. That was a mix. So it was a very inspiring time in the early 80s. I was pretty much into the punk and the music, and it was a way to be rebellious about the traditional sort of way of doing things. So I was very much inspired by that. So I started practicing without knowing what I was doing. I would start doing haircuts, and people were like, "Man, you know, what are you doing?" Because I had no clue, and I would make a hole here, a hole there, and be like, "I have a hole in my head." I would say, "Man, that's fashion. You don't understand. It's fashion." So long story short, I studied it, going to school. I got my license to learn, really, when you go to school for hair. And I worked in a salon a few years. So I moved to London. I moved to London when I was barely 19. And I worked for Tony and Guy. I was there 5 years. I became one of the art directors there. I traveled with Anthony Mascolo a lot, and doing shows and seminars. And it was very inspiring time to be in London. Well, at the beginning, I wasn't really thinking about owning a salon. When I came to New York, I had a strong friendship with Guido Palau. So I worked with him a lot. I assisted him for years. And then I realized that I never grew up with security. And I thought, you know, the fashion industry is great. I had a great run and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. But for me, I wanted some security. So I started getting into the salon. I worked in a salon, built a small clientele. And I worked up, you know, from the ground up, and I was lucky. Well, lucky, I guess. I worked a lot in the year 2000, so I started getting a lot of press. And before you know, I had a salon that it was really, really busy. So I did it, and I have no regrets. It's been 25 years, and I had a great run, and so far so good. Well, at this point, based on how the industry has changed for the last 3-4 years, I feel like going against the current. I feel like the reason many salons has changed or has closed down is because the traditional structure on a business doesn't necessarily work for today's new generation. So you have to evolve and change with it. I feel that as a salon owner, you have to be flexible and not just being rigid with your rules of being the salon my way or no way. So if you're flexible and if you think differently and you understand what the new generation needs, wants are, I guess you can adapt and continue to grow. So for me, ArtistOnGo is a tool that helps me and saves me a lot of time, because I don't have to deal necessarily with anything related to the people who comes here. All the heavy lifting before they come to the salon is already done by ArtistOnGo. So for me, it's easy. I feel that you guys understand who we are in here, and the people that you send are people who are good fit for me. To be honest, I don't foresee myself continuing having employees for the next 25 years. I do see myself perhaps owning a salon. I do enjoy cutting hair. I believe I will be cutting hair my entire life. but in a different way that's been in the past. I think the traditional salon structure doesn't work for the new generation.